Hello everyone, Pallytime here, and welcome back to Baldur's Gate 3. After a long night's rest, we find our party, led by Dungen, inside of the Last Light Inn in Act 2. We ventured into this place, even though we are a follower of the Absolute, and so far we seem to be running under the radar. Now, part of the reason that is because we just so happened to take an entrance into Act 2 that led us into some of the Harpers on the road, and we helped them defend themselves against some of these shadow-cursed enemies. That alone, I think, was one of the biggest reasons that I got in here in one piece. However, I have never done what we are about to do, and I think it's going to have some pretty big consequences. If I walk inside of the inn, does Jaheira, does she have to have a word with me? Or what happens if I go upstairs?
Don't wander far. We need to talk.
Don't wander far. Yes, of course. Of course. I won't wander too far. You know, maybe I don't want to get too attached to Jaheira, because I know what happens behind this door. Last Light Inn is protected from the Shadow Curse because of a cleric that is holding up here.
Very good to see you again.
Hi, Marcus.
Glad to see you earn Jaheira's trust. That's no mean feat.
I think you are part of the reason too, my dude. You vouching for me helped. Thank you, Marcus.
My pleasure, true soul. I suppose General Thorm sent you to help with my mission. That's all right. I don't mind sharing the glory.
Would you elaborate on what your mission
Orders
is?
from General Thorm. Helping him may be just what you need to gain deeper access to the cult.
What is your mission here, Marcus?
Isabel, the Selûnite cleric that guards this place. General Thorm wants her alive.
She's supposed to be captured and not killed.
I hope she'll see reason. But if that fails, I'll have to initiate more extreme measures. And I'll expect your help in the fight.
Wow. Well, you can count me in, dude. Let's do it.
Isabel's on the balcony. Should be nearly done with her prayers. Let's go say hello.
I cannot believe everyone in my party was okay with that. I mean, maybe it's because he helped us. We're going to enter the room, close the door, and then is he heading out to the balcony? It looks like that's going to be my job. I'm legitimately nervous right now. Now, it also just so happens that this cleric is responsible for the dome that is protecting everyone here inside of the Last Light Inn. So if she leaves, does that spell stay? I know it doesn't if she dies. Don't ask me how I know that. I also know it stays if you break all the mirrors here. Don't ask me how I know that. Uh-oh. Do you need a fisherman's friend? Hi.
I didn't realize I had an audience.
Isabel, this is...
Dungen.
True soul who's going to save us all. Pleased to meet you.
Wow. She knew about that, right? What? How'd you figure that?
We've been waiting, hoping against
Oh, I
hope
said save you.
for someone
How
like
did you figure that? Excuse
free
me.
from the Absolute's influence, yet able to walk among cultists. It's almost too good to be true. But I'd be a poor cleric indeed not to avail of a blessing when I see one. Let me guess. Jaheira sent you to beg a protection spell off her favorite cleric.
Actually, I didn't speak to Jaheira. I just came up here. Oh! You should not have done that.
It hurts.
Because it was Selûne's protection.
Perfect. It'll make you immune to the lesser effects of the Shadow Curse, which will get you closer to the towers.
We're already immune.
But
We
there
helped
are
a fairy.
places it won't help. Places where the curse is darker, stronger. The cultists are able to traverse even the deepest shadows, though. I don't know how. The Harpers are trying to figure it out.
Selûnite magic. Dark Lady, forgive me.
I know.
Good nose. Like a nasty little terrier.
That was very nice of you, but I've been to Moonrise already.
You have? Well, forgive me for gilding the lily. I suppose if Jaheira hasn't gone tearing into the night, there's work to be done there yet. I wish you luck. The very best of it.
Thank you. Wait, how does Marcus get involved in this? Is there anything else I should know before heading off?
There is, actually.
What's that?
While you're busy in the towers, I'll be sure to... Marcus, what's wrong?
Marcus?
I've just gotten word. I need you to come with me. Jaheira's orders.
Come with you. Where?
Let's do this. Remember, Ketherick wants her alive.
Sure, no problem.
What the hell's is going on?
Marcus is a true soul, and he's here to kidnap you. No time to waste. We should follow Marcus. Yes, we need to get out of here. Those are Jaheira's orders.
I know what this is. You're one of them. Both of you. What fools you both are. Ketherick will never give you whatever it is he's promised you.
He already has.
And why doesn't Dungen have wings?
Time to go, Isabel.
Well, this is playing out like we've seen it many times, but there's a lot less tieflings here for the horrors of the night to be busy with.
Guide my hand.
Remember, Ketherick wants her alive, no matter what.
Wants her alive no matter what. Understood. Okay. So it looks like everyone in my party was surprised except for Dungen. Isabel has 58 HP. And everyone else is neutral to me, which I definitely did not see come. Now, here's the thing. We can do a lot of damage. A lot of damage very quickly, and I have a lot of status effects. Ooh, more Harpers just joined the fight, which scares me. So I'm gonna go ahead and turn on the non-lethal passives. My entire party, if they attack with melee, will not kill their target. And,
Let's have some...
Are you serious? I can't reach the area okay. I can move. I thought it wasn't gonna let me move because Dungen was there. And I guess I just start swinging? 1, 2, and, Minthara will take that staff of hers and make it 3. Ah, she doesn't have another swing, so it's got to be Shadowheart. Again, non-lethal is on. That was so fast. Did we win? I've never seen this cutscene. Holy shit. Dude, alert is so strong. It might be the strongest feat in the game. Look how fast we won that fight. That she didn't even get a chance to react. Did you hear her get out in time? She's trying to. Wait, why is Dungen with her? And there he goes.
Isabel! No! What in the 9 hells happened?
Marcus was a true soul, and he said he was taking Isabel to Ketherick Thorpe. No, I helped Marcus. No, I'll just say that's Marcus was a true soul, and he is taking Isabel to Ketherick Thorpe. That's what happened.
And you had no idea. After Marcus vouched for you at the gate, he didn't confide in you?
Whoa, hey, I had no idea. Dungen doesn't know anything, friends. 14, we rolled a 15.
I suppose I have no choice but to believe you.
That
Isabel
kind of feels
is
bad.
gone. Soon the shadows will wash us all away.
What are you gonna do?
Listen closely, for there's very little time. Even if last light falls, you must destroy the cult of the Absolute. Their leader is a man called Ketheric Thorn.
I just
He
told you
resides
that.
in Moonrise Towers.
I just told you that.
And we found him to be impervious to the blade. And to magic to boot.
I could have told you that.
Even so, you must find him. And you must kill him. As impossible as that task sounds, there must be a way to break the spell that makes him invincible. There are secrets in this ancient waste hidden from...
Should we be having this conversation here?
Something stirs.
Something stirs. Oh no, are the shadows coming in right now? And there he goes. Uh-oh, boys. The dome is still holding.
It's happening.
It does have cracks.
They'll all be taken by the shadows. Only by the grace of Isabel's spell will we be spared the same fate. We cannot hesitate. Not even for those we knew. Those we cared for. They're no longer who they were. Still your hearts and steady your hands. To battle!
Wow. Wow, wow, wow. Well, that last fight may have been easy, but this one's not going to be. The entirety of the town has been converted into a mindless... I don't know if zombie's the right word, but it kind of feels like zombie's the right word. They're also splitting off into nearly every direction. This is ridiculous. We need to funnel them into one spot, and we need to do it now. Shadowheart is going to run towards the doorway, and as she reaches it... Wait, I don't have an action. Because this is still the same combat? Oh my god. No, I do have actions here. Okay. Astarion's going to run up, and who is this guy? Harper to Morel. He's looks to be some kind of caster. I'm gonna rage, and this guy is not going to know what hit him. Astarion's first swing has a 99% chance to hit, and it does. We have killed our first target. Now we need to seriously funnel them into this spot, or we are going to have a lot of trouble. Also, Frings only has 9 turns left, so she might be pretty mad at me soon. I suppose we'll cross that bridge when we get to it. Minthara should be able to move pretty quickly, but I don't have an action, which doesn't make any sense because I didn't participate in the last fight on Dungen. Dungen is going to Misty Step into the room and try to hide kind of in the corner, maybe. Maybe I should have backed into the corner a bit more. Minthara is going to do the same, Misty stepping from the opponent next to her into the main room. Now, I suppose we are going to end our turns. Since most of my characters didn't have actions anyway, we're gonna have to see how this plays out. I am very surprised to see Jaheira not turned, but she said that was because she also got a protective spell from the cleric before she was carried away.
You'll make excellent.
However, whoa! I was gonna say, who knows if Jaheira can even survive this fight, but then she opens up with a massive AoE on her former compadres. I don't want to go out there. Seriously, I don't want to go out there. I'm gonna let them all have a turn. I don't care if Jaheira gets out there and gets herself into too much trouble that she can manage. My game doesn't end if she dies. You know what I'm saying? This is a lot of opponents. Fuck, I did lose my rage. That was kind of a misplay. I should have hit him. But that's okay. Everyone is going to start moving now, and I need them to be funneled in. We are starting to see some dashes move forward. Enemies are highlighted for your guys' convenience, just so you can see them in this situation. Jaheira is starting to get surrounded, though. Oh, God, she takes 15 damage to the back of the head, and this is what I'm afraid of, the action economy of our enemies. They might only be able to tickle Jaheira a little bit. By the way, she just nuked herself with Call Lightning. That was only 10 damage. 10 damage is not a big deal. But 10 damage done by over a dozen targets to you in the same turn is a very, 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 very big deal. It also looks like we have some enemies inside of the tavern itself that aren't too happy that we're here. Oh my god. Okay, and the other shoe has fallen. I was wondering if this was going to happen. I've seen this fight play out because I was the one who broke the seal. And I was wondering if we weren't going to get these shadow creepers in here this time, but it looks like we are. Dungen is going to fire off a shot with his bow at Harper Megan, dealing a critical hit. He's then going to shoot one more time and step further into the room. We are going to see Astarion stay right there and forgo his turn. Meanwhile, Minthara is going to step out and cast Darkness. This is her racial ability. It is magical darkness. Enemies will not be able to see this doorway as long as the darkness persists. And we're going to place that in a way that Shadowheart is also covered here because there's about to be a lot of ranged attacks coming her way. And with that, we're going to hide. You know what? Let me pull Astarion even further back. He has so much movement, he'll be able to get back up there, no problem. And then Shadowheart is going to hold the pass. She is going to cast, you guessed it, Swirly Whirlies. Guidance will be broken. That's okay. Now, the goal here, the plan, is that we have obscured the entrance, but the enemies know where the rest of my party is, so they will do everything in their power to run in here through the darkness to reach us, and as they do that, every single enemy will be debuffed by the Swirly Whirlies, take damage, and get a radiating orb, lowering their chances to hit us as well. And so far, it seems to be working perfectly as more and more enemies are approaching. 4 radiating orbs on that target, more targets dashing in right now, and what happens? We just continue to light up the area with our Shadowheart. She is holding the line like you would not believe. More enemies begin funneling their way towards us. That one gets evaporated by the heat of the Swirly Whirly radiant damage. They're trying to swing at her now. Isn't that hilarious? Astarion's about to be hit. No, I don't think. Okay, he still got hit. That's fine. We'll give you one. I tried to protect it with my shield. It did not work. Whoa, my concentration was just checked, so that plant was able to deal some damage to me. We then see another explosion of radiant damage, and when I tell you that Shadowheart is strong, I hope you remember this moment. Radiance of the Dawn! Yeah, that's most of them taken care of. We're still in the darkness, so we're still doing our job. In fact, if we wanted to hold this spot even better, and I kind of do, we could summon in our level 2 weapon. Just, I don't even think that's necessary. I'll save the spell slot. But we could summon in the weapon right there, and it would kind of help just block the door and keep the tide back. We are going to see Minthara, who does kind of specialize in AoE damage, I'm not going to lie. I was going to have her jump back and get this archer back here. Maybe I can just have Astarion do it with his incredible ability to leap. One of the problems is that we are looking at the bottom floor of the building. There we go. I found an angle. So it's kind of hard to see the top floor of the building. He has at least made it up to the high ground. Let me go ahead and dash. That will double our movement speed for this turn, and I'll be able to threaten this Harper, so they have a lesser chance of being able to hit us from here as well. Dungen is going to step out and fire off a shot at Harper Lysandra, the person we saved in the woods. Dungan's then going to shoot at Quartermaster Tali, the person who gave us free food. I never said Dungen was a good guy in the story. Shadowheart does not have an action left. Minthara does, though. What do we want to do with Minthara? I was thinking about just AoEing the front door and seeing how that goes. But actually, if I just single target with our ice cantrip on the Harper next to Shadowheart, that should put some ice on the ground as well, which immediately made the other Harper fall down. And we now have yet another layer of defenses in front of the door. The darkness, however, has ended. So I should step back. Why did the darkness end? That's kind of
Choice
interesting.
but to keep going.
Your command.
Yeah, I think she's fine. Yeah, we're good. We'll go ahead and end Minthara's turn. Now let's see what the rest of these would-be attackers do. The dashes are coming through into the swirly whirlies, taking damage and saving on the ice throw. Congratulations. More dashes coming in from the side, but we do see many of our opponents with ranged weapons, and these guys are starting to fire. Warding Flare might protect me from one, but how many more can it save me from? And keep in mind, most of these people outside of my area of influence don't have the radiating orbs above them, so I am susceptible to that damage. That is until they attack me and miss, and then my helmet applies the debuff anyway. Wow, we're getting strong, boys. The plants are even making themselves at home. I was worried I was gonna have to go out there. They are moving in. A tick of radiating damage takes down the majority. Well, not the majority. Took down a few of the would-be attackers. We could use our Channel Divinity again if we felt like it was necessary. I don't really feel like it's necessary. I think we're holding very well, to be honest with you. Let's see what Dungen can do on his turn. He is going to shoot at the weird creeping tentacle vine that has entered the building. That should kill it in one hit. Yes, it does. He's then going to fire off at the next Harper and kill him in one hit. Then tucks back into the corner. Minthara is going to step out again and cast another Ice Knife. This time, focusing our damage on the Shadow Creeper a little bit further out. That is going to spawn even more ice in that area, though, making our job even easier. She then tucks into the corner and ends her turn. Astarion swings at the archer, who dealt damage to him with rage in his eyes, and he takes her down in a single go before leaping back into the center of the room to rejoin his team. Wow, look at the mobility on that barbarian. Meanwhile, Shadowheart continues to hold. I am going to cast Sacred Flame on the archers that are outside of my range, and we should be able to continue to give them radiating orbs. This person is at 10 stacks of the debuff now. That means in order for this archer to hit me, they need to roll a 29, which they can't, or a natty 20, which they could. They have a chance. As these guys go in, you can see nothing is hitting our front line, though. The warding attack, wait a minute, one thing did, and it broke her concentration. The swirly whirlies are down. And outside, even more of the creeping vines seem to have spawned. Oh, they're much bigger than all of the other ones. Have significantly more HP. Great. Good. All right, Dungan's gonna take a step forward, fire off his first shot at the Harper on the right. It does 18 damage, then he fires off another shot at the Harper on the left to finish them off. If I can fuse a creature with psionic force, if it hits 0 hit points, it heals instead of falling unconscious. That's not what I want. I thought I had something that could deal damage based on someone's missing health. Repulsor could kill this guy, and it's a bonus action because of our time at the creche. Oh, it's a big AoE knockback. I'm not doing that. All right, tuck him back into the corner. Minthara is going to walk up to help our cleric. Minthara, as a paladin, has Lay on Hands that she can use to heal up our targets. And no, I actually went Vengeance. I was thinking this would also heal a second turn. It's only 8 health. Maybe that's not even worth it. Maybe I'd just be really aggressive with our attacks right here. Although I don't really know how I'm going to approach these things on Minthara. Astarion is going to run forward if he can and swing at this Harper right here. Taking him down and then going to the side to swing at the other. Unfortunately, it looks like he doesn't quite have enough movement. Could you throw a javelin? None in his inventory. And I can't dash. Okay, that's fine. We just need to kind of take this fight outside right now. Shadowheart is going to place her hand on her chest and with a level 3 spell, heal her wounds that she just received, returning 18 hit points And I'm also going to use my bonus action to do the same with a level 1 spell slot, returning another 4. So 22 health returned to me there. And then I'm just going to line of sight the archers here. The odds of them hitting me again are pretty low. Minthara is going to walk up as far as she can, which doesn't look too much further. And she's going to cast Chromatic Orb with the frosty part onto... Well, I thought she could see it. I did see an 80% there for a brief moment. Can I find the pixel? Oh, no, path just interrupted. If I point it at the ground, is that good enough to deal damage? Dang. Yep, not enough movement. They're a little too far. I could just cast this on the people in front of us, though. These two right here, and that should do a pretty good job. 12 damage. And they go prone. The other person encrusted with frost as well. That is some pretty difficult terrain. Minthara's going to end her turn right there. So is Shadowheart. The archer on the side does take a shot at Astarion, but it does miss. The ice in front of us causes one of the other archers to go prone. A dash is happening, but you can barely tell. That also means that that person's not going to be attacking. Needle Storm shooting out damage in all directions as the giant vine. Let's just shield one of these. Don't react. That should be all we need to do. We don't need to do both. Is this going to Needle Storm too? These guys burrowing in closer is really good, but I'm not trying to take AoE damage from everything. Let me fucking tell you that. Okay. These enemies missing Shadowheart is really good for us. Dungen is going to take a step forward, and he is going to shoot. He's going to do a slashing flourish at the guy knocked down on the side, Harper Anthony. That was a one shot. He's then going to do a slashing flourish, one onto the Shadow Creeper, and the second onto the other Harper behind it. And that's another 2 kills. Good job, Dungen. He tucks back into the corner. Astarion on his turn starts ripping off towards the right, towards the archer he couldn't finish off last time. The first swing does enough damage to send him down to the dirt. He then jumps in towards the next Shadow Creeper and starts to cut the vine into pieces. Wow, 32 damage on that swing with a massive boom following that up. We're then going to see Shadowheart. Do we really need to do too much? Let's just go ahead and Sacred Flame. That's 9 damage. Finishes off one of the creepers, and she's going to stay right there in hopefully safe line of sight. Minthara is going to walk up on the right to try and assist our Astarion. She is going to fire off a Ray of Frost onto the giant creeper. Luckily for us, we did not trip Astarion either. Look at the size of that ice patch just from a cantrip. That is nuts. We do see a big swing coming out on Astarion, though, knocking him down to the ground, warding flame in an attempt to protect him from the next one. But he just has 25 HP now, and he is completely dazed. A vine goes for Dungen, but the attack luckily missed. And the other creepy vine continues to hold the courtyard. Astarion looks like he's fine right now. He is going to swing on the creeper again. Reckless! One more time! And he does take it down. Now, because I killed the target, I don't have enough movement to get over there. Astarion is going to try and take cover over here on the side, just behind these boxes. Oh. I ran into some vines. All right, we're not doing too much then. Dungen is going to step out and fire off a shot at the vine closest to him. It lands and he kills it. He then steps out to the front of the kind of overhang area here. And if I may, one more step towards the Shadow Creeper. We fire off a shot into it. It can't be frightened, but it did feel that damage. Shadowheart is going to approach from the left side and cast Sacred Flame onto the big vine. 50% chance to hit. It does not. It's saved against the damage. Now, Minthara is... I'm using a lot of spell slots. I feel like it's probably worth it, but maybe we can hold on to a few. Minthara is going to dash kind of in the same direction that Astarion was going. I could quicken a spell and cast it on this thing, but I don't think I'm going to kill it or anything. We were in range of Needlestorm, and we all felt that one. Dungen is stepping out to end this. He is going to do a slashing flourish on the Shadow Creeper and take it down. Well, just like that, last light in has been cleared. There should be a lot of loot around here, too, for us to take.
Our enemy.
I shouldn't do too much looting on Dungen. He just doesn't have the strength to carry anything. But I'm certainly going to be loading up my inventory. Jaheira lying here on the ground. Can anyone tell me why I can't loot that tadpole that Jaheira was questioning me with? Because I really wanted it. It was calling to me. I should have it. It's mine. We'll head back to Moonrise after this. I don't know what happens to Isabel when she's there. This is going to be a first for me. By the way, in between episodes, I tried to just position everyone for our starting song. And I walked Minthara just a couple steps too far in here. And Minthara had a moment of private reflection. And she was like, wait a minute, dude. They think I'm a mindless husk now. I shouldn't be seen in here without my allies. Something to keep in mind. Not that I ever think I'd run her in here for no reason. Now, I imagine that they probably took Isabel down to the prison, right? As I was vendoring just now, I realized that I never gave a pair of gloves to Minthara that I was holding on to. This is going to make her ice powers even more deadly. These are Winter's clutches. When the wearer deals cold damage, it inflicts 2 turns of encrusted with frost, which, as we know, affected enemies has disadvantage on dexterity saving throws, which we have a lot of dazes that I think are dexterity saving throws. And when there are 7 or more turns remaining of encrusted frost, they just get frozen. I like that. We're definitely putting those on. Been too earlier. I had so many items set aside for Minthara. They all got lost in the bag. Okay. Going to the prison first. Or maybe they brought her up to the room? Because, well, I don't want to spoil anything. None of these prison cells have Isabel in them. So she's not down here. Let me check upstairs. Oh, there's Marcus up here in the room with Srel, the person who gave us orders to help Balthazar. I'm sure he knows what happened to her. He was the one who took her away. Can I get some of those wings, my dude? You got any of those wings I can have?
Old friend, thanks for your help with Isabel. The general was most pleased. Don't worry, I gave you some credit.
That's it? Wait, where is she?
I look forward to working with you again. The absolute permitting.
Same to you, Marcus.
Deep and move.
I'm very confused because the dialogue we heard was that no one was to bother Ketherick. He's on the roof, no one under any circumstances. So it's possible he's lying to us, or, he was the exemption to that rule. This, I believe, is Ketherick's room. If I can lockpick this, this might be our best bet at spotting her in... It's a fucking 30. I'll try once. I'm not... Yeah. I can't do a 30, dude. I can't do a 30. There's no way. I'd waste all of my thieves' tools on that. I suppose maybe we'll find out what happens to Isabel as we continue this story here in this act. Of course, we already have a mission that we are trying to complete for Ketherick. He wants us to go into this deep, dark place right over here and get into a lot of trouble. I figured since we have a little bit of time left in today's episodes, I'd do some poking around for a very special place to Dungen where he can find another upgrade. I don't remember where it is, though, so I kind of just have to poke around. It might be right here. Oh, yeah, this looks good. This looks good. Wait a minute. Hello?
Tread carefully. You are still necessary.
What? What?
God, what's that smell? Sulfur? Bizarre.
Sulfur. You know what that means, Samandine.
See that symbol on the ground? This was a Mason's guild.
Mason's
That
Guild.
explains the unfinished statues. The impaled skeletons, not so much.
Keen observation with Tara. The skeletons. So it used to be a Mason's Guild, and by the looks of things, they made some pretty cool stuff too. I'm going to have Shadowheart cast Light on her weapon. And I'm going to have Minthara cast Light on Astarian's weapon, just so I can see a little bit better in here. It is the Shadow Cursed Lands at the end of the day.
Can't slow down.
There is a secret somewhere inside of the Masons Guild that will give a massive power spike to Dungen. And truth be told, I don't know where it is. So we are genuinely going to be exploring this place today. I have been through here, but it was in our co-op playthrough with Holly on her stream.
That's curious.
Odd-looking bones. There was bones outside, too.
A pile of crushed bones of varying shapes, sizes, and creatures.
What about outside? Oh, no, this is still inside. A deeper room here in the Masons Guild, or maybe it's a bit of both. Is that a weight? That is a weight. Would that break anything if I shoot that down? Like in Act 1? I really doubt it. I'm gonna try, though. Well, I don't know if I'm really learning anything about this place. It looks like it does have a basement, but if that breaking that weight wasn't how I get to the basement. Wait a minute, I mean, it's literally directly over the symbol. That's gotta be it, right? I suppose when we broke the other weight, though, it did show the health bar of the rope itself. I mean, this is kind of cool. They would, like, hold the statues up like this, and then they have a chisel set where they would just carve into the rock and make whatever statue that they were trying to make. Tight camera in here, so it is kind of hard to see stuff. And it looks like there are vines, oh God, that lead this towards the House of Healing. No, we're not doing that right now. Ah, trapdoor! Ornate wooden hatch just behind the big statue that we were looking at on the second floor. I'm heading down. There was literally nothing else in the building. This is, I think, the Oh, that's why they have the weights. It's like a pulley system. Oh, it's not just a trap for me to shoot. Oh. Is there a chest in here somewhere? This is a fake wall, 100%, right? Like, 100%.
What's that?
I don't have the key for it. How much of a lock is this? 18? I'll try. I'll give it a few tries. It's gonna go through a lot of my thieves' tools, and I genuinely don't have very many. That was an 18. If we really suck at this, okay, and I know I suck at this, so let's not even pretend. What I'm gonna do is I'm gonna unequip Dungan's chest piece, and we are going to put on Astarian's for a brief moment. The reason for that is because this has Cat's Grace as a bonus effect, which means I get advantage. I get to roll 2 dice for opening this damn thing. It's like I'm using 2 thieves' tools at the same time, but I don't have to go through my supply of thieves' tools. And wouldn't you know, that was enough to break it open. Now, I am kind of scared I'm about to get jumped by something. Is there something behind this door? Note from the Mason. Read. Congratulations on finding this place, thief, but your journey ends here. Oh no, there's gonna be traps. Dude, there's gonna be some traps. Okay. Can we spot them? This kind of looks like, nah, that's not a fake wall. Can always tell. They have a very distinct pattern on them. You know what? I do remember what's about to happen here because Holly got stuck and it was hilarious. But I don't think I found that trap door. Oh, well, I guess there's nothing to see here. I'm just gonna go Actually, I'm going... I don't know if this will work. I'm going to make Shadowheart go first. The reason for is she can cast Sanctuary. I've opened the chest. Open? Can't use right now. Okay. Is her only hope really a trap disarm? How big of a roll does she need? I'll give you Bardic Inspiration. That's an even better guidance. She could actually probably get this. Oh, of course! Little Miss Princess rolls a natty 20 on everything, doesn't she? She's then going to stand right there. We're all going to end our... I could just turn off turn-based mode. So, yeah, if you mess with the chest, these gargoyle statues burn you alive. Now, as far as how I get out of here now, I have no idea. But I can't pick that up. It's too heavy. I'm going to have Astarion approach the gate, rather, and make it a door. It's only sturdy, so we have to deal more than 10 damage. He does that in his sleep, and the gate goes down. Those guys have greater toughness. I didn't expect the door to close. Oh, wow, that's even too heavy for him. Wait, is the act of opening that?
What's that?
Oh, I see. So it's a trap on that triggers the trap. Okay, we didn't notice the trap the first time. I see. So, like I said, I don't know if Sanctuary would actually protect me from this damage, because technically, you know, a flamethrower is kind of an area of an effect, isn't it? So it may not have worked. You guys good? Let me move Shadowheart out of the way, and I'll slip Dungen in right there. Oh, it's burning the chest. Oh, disarm quickly. Turn-based. Disarm. If I lose this, it's really bad. It's really, really bad. Add bonus. Guidance. It's an 18. Please roll high. Fuck me. Fuck me. Roll again. I am going to use inspiration on this. I know that's dumb. I know it's a trap disarm. Fuck! Okay, what are my other options here that I can do during this turn? I could just have Astarion try. Maybe the Cat's Grace is enough. You know? Maybe that'll do it. He can have Bardic Inspiration, too. 16! Yes! Okay. So, as long as the chest is trapped, it will break its contents if the chest dies. That was my big concern. That's why we went all in right there. But we just disarmed the chest. So theoretically, this isn't even what I was looking for. So theoretically, we should be able to open it. What a letdown! In turn-based mode, I used inspiration on a fucking scroll. I was baited by the goddamn Masons, wasn't I? They got me. Well, whenever these are done, I'll break down the other wall or something, and then I'll get out of here. I'll keep going that way. For some reason, they're just straight up not going away. So I'm gonna hope we get some decent trap disarms. For whatever reason, the first time, there we go. Maybe you just have to disarm one to get the effect going. Let me go ahead and give a start in his clothes back and just keep taking him. Well, as we open up the next door, what do we see? A very big room in here. Wow. This place is much bigger than I thought. Okay, there's no reason for you to sneak as far as I know. Go ahead, stand up. We're moving around. Do you see anything out of the ordinary? A moonrise diagram. Carefully drawn diagram of Moonrise Towers. A circle of red ink draws your attention as though something has been stashed in the tower's prison dungeon. Interesting. Whoa! Okay, maybe I should have been sneaking around. These are creatures of the dark. Level 7 too. These wraiths and shadows are serious fucking business. That is, unless you have a cleric that casts daylight on to Minthara's weapon. And then Minthara runs the fucking... I thought that weakened them. It looks like it didn't. Don't you worry, I think we'll be a-okay. We're gonna cast a level 3 chromatic orb, if I may. And focus all of that damage into the first shadow that we see here. Encrusted with frost. So if I quicken now, would I freeze it? Let's see. I'm gonna quicken into a... It doesn't need to be an ice knife. I'm just gonna do a cantrip. So that's 6 stacks of encrusted with frost. I would need 1 more stack to totally freeze the target. So I can do that in 2 turns. That's pretty cool. Shadowheart is going to walk forward, and with that cast of daylight, she cannot cast swirly whirlies. So we're gonna stand still.
Outmaneuver them.
We are going to rage on Astarion. Can he get all the way to the enemy? I probably should have checked that before I raged. He sure can, and he's gonna start swinging. 1 swing should do it. He takes the target down and then steps forward as far as he can, and he's gonna end his turn right there. Dungen moves around the left side, sees the shadow in front of him, and fires off a shot. I never thought in my wildest dreams that I would be able to fear a shadow. Okay, maybe what I'm thinking of is the light makes it so they can't go invisible. I know there's some stupid light mechanic with this. And daylight just makes it so we cast such a wide glare that we cover most of the room. We see Shadowheart move towards the railing here, and she's going to cast a Sacred Flame on the Wraith. The Wraith is the strongest target here, so if I can get Radiating Orbs stacked up, I definitely want to, and that's 6 in place right now. The Wraith is the biggest threat. Everything else is just level 5 shadows. So as long as we're debuffing that, we're going to be a-okay. Shadowheart did her turn. I'm then going to have Minthara move up and do a similar turn where I'm just trying to debuff this target and slow them down as they are trying to approach us, and that's going to be her attack right there. Starion's going to continue forward on the shade in front of him and then down to the ground to fight yet another. Because he killed that target, he should have a great weapon master swing, which allows him to kill another. Good lord. Just insanely strong, isn't he? A few of the shadows do seem to be missing, so I imagine they're on the other side of the room and they haven't made their way over here yet. But Astarion's going to crowd the main threat nonetheless. Then we see Dungen move to the railing. I hope he can see over it. He sure can, and he is going to do a ranged flourish onto the Wraith. 23 damage. He has 1 more Bardic Inspiration for the day, and he does the same thing again. There we go, connecting for almost 50 damage in that single shot. I mean, it's 2 shots, but you get what I'm saying. Can I do anything else? Nothing else that would deal damage. We're going to end our turn right there. Just like I thought, some of the shades from the other side of the room are hiding in the shadows. They didn't move closer to us. The main enemy was frightened and unable to move because of the icy patch, and they lost their turn. That is such a good mechanic. Oh my god, that is such a good mechanic. Astarion moves in to finish the job. And then he does have light on his weapon, so can I reveal the other guys? A little light. Doesn't look like I can see them just yet. Shadowheart is going to try to jump into the center of the room and run over there. We are going to see Minthara Misty Step herself across. Remember, she has the daylight version of this spell, so it's much stronger. And I kind of want her in the center of the room. Hey, that revealed one of them. I'm surprised his weapon didn't do that. But I'll still take the swing anyway, dealing some pretty good damage. Technically, Misty Step is only a bonus action, so I still have a little bit of movement left. I feel as though getting line of sight of this guy might be a little bit difficult, though. I will try. Yeah, path totally interrupted. Big old tree in front of us. If we move over here, there is a break in the railing. Oh man, I can't see the enemy anymore. Well, never mind. Dungan's gonna take a hop down too. He's gonna take 2 damage for it, but he's surrounded by friends, so he's happy. We lost momentum, which isn't a big deal. Warding Flare might protect us from a little bit of damage. We still take 9, The other shade seems to be over here in this corner, and it's moving down the stairs now, doing a strength drain on Dungen. How dare you? You know he doesn't have any strength. How could you do that? Shadowheart's going to move forward after casting Sacred Flame. Whoa, big damage on that Sacred Flame. Dungen sees that. He's going to fire a shot just because he was so fucking inspired, and then fire off another one onto the high ground. Now, I imagine that this has to be the place that's housing what I'm at. Ooh, right there. The chest. Not the candles. I don't give a fuck about the candles.
Be wary. This place is trapped.
Okay, it's another trap. Here we go. We're changing clothes again. Let me borrow your clothes, Elf. It's important. We're going to disarm this trap. Wow. 21 is needed.
It's been a long day.
I got a natty.
Better stop to rest soon.
And inside. Well, I guess we're not in yet. Hold on. Pick the lock. Only a 14. That trap was much more deadly than its contents. God, could you imagine losing the item because you failed the trap roll? The Helmet of Arcane Acuity. Now, this may not seem like a big deal. Whenever you deal damage with a weapon attack, you gain Arcane Acuity for 2 turns. Pally, what the heck is Arcane Acuity? Affected entity has a +1 bonus to spell attack rolls and spell difficulty class for each remaining turn. You know all these crowd control spells I have? They are going to land. Dungen equips his new helmet. Let's even show it off. I want to see what it looks like. I don't want to see that anymore. We're going to take it off, Dungen. The power spike that our party just got cannot be understated. Especially with a few other mechanics we have going on. We are not to be trifled with. But I believe that's everything I wanted to loot inside of this location. So I'm going to wrap up this video right here, everybody. Next episode, we're going to start by going to sleep. And because Shadowheart was saying she was tired, we know it's going to be a spicy nap. Thank you all so much for supporting the content. I hope you enjoyed today's video. If you did, please be sure to hit that thumbs up button. And I will see you all again very, very soon.